Hi everybody, it's Danielle with Inspire Me to DIY, and today we're going to do a fall project. I wore my sparkly pumpkin earrings because we're going to do a pumpkin project, so it's so fitting. It is almost fall, and in the crafting world, we're like right in the middle of fall. So I'm going to do a fall project. As you can see, my house is like exploding in fall decor, but I don't have anything for my kitchen table. So this project's going to be for my kitchen table. And if you have a kitchen table with no fall thing on it, this is perfect for you. I bought this little pumpkin at Hobby Lobby, and I am so impressed with the way the pumpkins look anymore. They look so realistic. I mean, it's got all the little blemishes and different colors on it. It's not uniform. You can tell that they've really been trying to get more realistic with their pumpkins. Now the stem has got a little leaf and a little curlicue, but it is a plastic stem, and it shows that it's a plastic stem. So I have an idea for that too. What you're gonna need for this project is a styrofoam pumpkin. You don't want a hollow pumpkin, and I'll explain why a little bit later, but this is a solid styrofoam pumpkin. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut it around just like you would a real pumpkin, take the top off, and you're gonna scoop out a little bit of the styrofoam for what we're gonna use it for. I am going to make this like a planter and have all these beautiful flowers coming out that hopefully my cat does not rearrange for me, because she has been known to work for a florist every once and again. So yeah. So I'm going to put this one aside because I want to keep this one the way it is. And what I have done is I painted mine white. And the reason I painted mine white is because I want a sagey looking pumpkin. If you have been following me this year, you know that my fall colors are not the hot reds and oranges and yellows. I'm going for the more muted, like that arrangement behind me, and more sage greens, and I think they call it honey colors for fall. So that's what I'm doing here, and that's why I started with white. But I have already cut the top off, and you can see it's a solid pumpkin, and I have hollowed out quite a bit of it. But I do warn you, when you start gouging this stuff out, it flies everywhere. So you might see it in my hair. It was stuck to my glasses. It was everywhere because it's that, like the granulated stuff that sticks to you because of, what is it when you go down the slide and your hair goes crazy? Static. Welcome to my menopausal brain. The static makes it stick to everything. So I started with my coat of white, and I am using, actually it's ivory. I'm using Waverly chalk paint, and you kind of want to stick with more of a chalky finish because it'll stick more to your pumpkin, and it won't be, the shiny just kind of peels off. So that's why I'm sticking with the chalk. I'm also going to use the moss, which is a darker green, sagey green, and that'll be for my low lights, fancy term. And then my celery, hold on. I swear I got styrofoam down my throat. Celery for my highlights, because it is a lighter green. See the difference there? You can kind of see it. But I'm going to use a dry brush technique. I do have my glass of water out here to clean my brush when I'm done, because if you leave it on in your brush for any amount of time, you have quite a time getting it all out of there, especially the chalk. Now all of a sudden I got the hiccups. What? You know what? I think there's just not enough coffee today. So let me do that. Okay. Now I'm not really going to need my stem. I mean, you can throw this away if you want to, but I'm going to kind of level it off. See how it's cone shaped? I'm going to saw that, and you basically have to saw it flat and then stick it along the side. So it's just a little added touch, and I probably will hot glue it onto there. but right now we're just going to leave it off to the side. My paint is all dry. I have a little fan here that I haven't turned on yet, so you don't hear the noise, but I will be turning that on to dry my paint as quickly as possible. I also have fall stems, and I got these at Hobby Lobby too. They come like in a group like that, and I think this was $2.99 and 40% off. All their fall stuff is 40, Christmas is 50. Figure that one out. And I have some single ones. I got this one from my arrangement back there because it didn't need the extra flower. And then I have a bunch more that I have collected and have already torn apart. And by torn apart, they were on a really long stem and I tore those apart. Now you don't need to separate all of these because I kind of want to keep the little clumps because I'm just going to stick them into the styrofoam and they'll look good that way. But this one it's too big of a clump and it's paper taped. So all you have to do is just pull it apart. I have a little pointy thing, see it there, to stick down into my styrofoam. And if you want, you can probably just pull away the paper tape. Ooh, and the whole thing might just come unwrapped and fall apart, but I don't know. So I'm pulling that one out, and see, here is a long stick that all of these were taped to. So I'm not keeping these. I know I keep a lot of my leftover pieces, but not anything like that. There's enough really good natural sticks out in the wild that I don't need to keep a plastic one. Okay, so then these are my pieces and they're all gonna go in there, but first I gotta paint the pumpkin. Do you like my fall shirt? Fall is, I don't know if you can see it, fall is my favorite color, which it is, but the new fall colors, which are those honey colors. Now I'm gonna pour some of this out so I can show you my dry brush technique. The white or the ivory is actually, see how thick that is? It's actually 2 coats, I think. Yeah, it's 2 coats. I wanted to make sure it covered well. Okay, see if I can get this one to pour out. Sometimes they're so thick you can't get them to pour out and you have to just kind of use it right out of the bottle. There. Oh, those colors are so pretty. That's kind of the colors of my living room also. So changing to these fall colors was a no-brainer for me because I already have them all over my house. All right, so dry brushing. And I'm going to need 2 brushes because I want one for each color to start with. And then when I start blending at the end, then I can use 1 brush. But I'm going to start with my light colors. And I'm just going to kind of like dab it off here. And just with long strokes, I'm just going to coat, cover, whatever. There's no rhyme or reason to it. You see that in there? When it's all done, you're not going to see a lot of the ivory because I'm going to blend these colors. Oops, I forgot to dab that, didn't I? So I got a big bunch of it. I don't know. What is a glob of paint? Is it a gaggle? Do I have a gaggle of paint? Some of those are so funny. A Congress of bison, buffalo is called a Congress. Oh, it's so funny. Like, who comes up with that? Okay. And I don't have to do the underside too much because you're not going to see it. But if somebody decides they want to pick it up and look at it, then maybe you kind of want to do the underside. All right, and I'm just going around this, no rhyme or reason. And this is what they call the dry brush technique. Oh my gosh, it's looking pretty already. I don't know if you can see it with the light. There you go. Yay! I love it. So last week, a week ago last Thursday, I fell. I know. I have not fallen in years and years and years. Geez, I think it was like at least 10 years ago that I actually fell. And I guess, you know, when you get overconfident, I don't know what it is when you haven't fallen in so long. But I was going to sit down in a chair that had wheels on it, didn't feel for the chair, just sat down, and it went skating out underneath me, and I came right down on my tailbone. And that was a week ago Thursday. Now Friday at Bible study, I was a little sore, but nothing much. Saturday, I had a terrible migraine. Never connecting the two because I have headaches quite a bit, but I had a terrible migraine. Hey Elizabeth, how's it going? You probably said hi a while ago. I'm seeing comments so much later, which I don't know why. Facebook. But I was telling the story about falling, which that's a tale in itself. So yeah, Saturday I had a migraine. I did my live video, but I had a headache. So I laid down for a little bit. We went out Saturday night. I still didn't feel great. Sunday, I was in bed. I was in bed most of the day, trying to feel better, because I still didn't connect to what it was. Trying to feel better because I had to be to work on Monday. I worked Monday through Thursday last week. I took Friday off because I was really hurting. I had a massage scheduled on Thursday, so I knew that I probably would be hurting on Friday because my massage lady, I absolutely love her. She is a more medical massage, not the relaxing massages like you get in a spa or whatever. I mean, what she does is extremely beneficial and more medical, I think, than anything. So she worked on me for an hour, almost an hour and a half on Thursday. And I came home yesterday, I was hurting. And then today, I woke up, and I'm kind of nervous about even saying it out loud. I'm knocking on wood. I feel a whole lot better. So I'm hoping that this is all behind me. I know, I'm making all these jokes, but we'll see. All right, I have got like my first layer of green on there. I don't know if you can see it with these lights, but it looks kind of cool. And this is my light color, so I'm gonna go now and fill in a little bit here and there with the dark. Kind of dry brush a lot of that off and just really lightly touch. And I think I'm going to go more into the creases because that's where your darker colors would probably be because they get more shadow. So we'll see if that doesn't... I don't want it to look real uniform though. Does that make sense? I want it to look as natural as possible. And darn it, there's just no... To do things to make them look natural is difficult. God's creations are amazing, but difficult to recreate. Oops, I got a little bit too much dark green right there, you can see. But I can always cover it up with the lighter green if I want. Okay. Oh, this is shaping up pretty good. I didn't think it would this quickly. But my little kitchen table, I have a breakfast nook, and it's a little round table where my computer usually sits. I have a nice office, but I share it with my husband who works from home, so it's really his office, and it's too formal and not comfortable for me. I kind of like to stretch out in the kitchen table and, I don't know, it seems more comfortable to me. Now there is a line down the center. See it going across like that where they must have, how they poured the styrofoam into the mold. So I'm going to try to mask that by not putting so much paint over that line, and hopefully it won't show up as much. In theory, let's hope. Now I'm holding the whole thing inside, which is kind of nice because then I can paint all over and not have to worry about getting it too much all over me. And I'm just filling in here and there, wherever it's still kind of bare, if you will. Okay. I am going to a pro football game tomorrow. I've never been to a pro football game, so I'm kind of excited about it. Been to a lot of college games, but not pro. So we're going to the Bucks game. My husband's choir is singing the national anthem, so I'm pretty stoked about it. And so my husband got me a ticket, which so my sister asked me, she goes, well, so how much are tickets now to pro games? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, probably close to $150. No. I mean, close to $50 is what I thought it was. Somewhere around $50. And, oops, wrong color. So I'm thinking it's, probably $50 for the cheap seats. And it's not. My ticket was $120. $120. No. So I'm glad that I get to go to this game. And the Bucks are playing the, give me a minute, Bears. And my husband's favorite team. So this is like a win-win. He is extremely excited about this. And I'm excited to see him sing. He has sung by himself. He has sung the national anthem at the baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays games. And that was kind of fun. But this is football, and, football is life. Or so they tell me. Okay. You know what? No matter what I do, I'm trying to get a little bit lighter. And I know I'm doing it with my darker brush. But I kind of like that color that's in between. But I'm really getting that line through there, which, I don't know. Hopefully that we can make that not so noticeable. Okay, so now this is the part where I like to blend. And I'm going to use a little bit of water in my brush. And you can do that because this is not a paper mache pumpkin. With those, you kind of have, you really don't want to put water on them. But this is styrofoam, so it doesn't really matter. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of lightly going over, and see the difference? Oh, that's so pretty. So with the different colors that I have on here, fill in more of my lighter greens, and then in with my water. And this is one of those projects, if you are painting it and you don't like it, let it dry, paint over it. You can always paint over it. And, that's the same, what do I want to say? The same idea, the same beliefs I have when painting my home. If I don't like it, paint over it. Yes, paint's a little pricey anymore, but it's not as pricey as a lot of the other home improvements, home projects that you can do. So a gallon of paint is not bad at all. So I'm really liking this. So we'll see. This is another one of those projects that I would love to buy a bunch of these pumpkins, have all my girlfriends over, give them each a pumpkin and tell them to go to town. I would love to see how it would all turn out. I think it would be pretty cool. Because my way is not always the best. It's what I like, but it might not be what you like. You might want to paint this pumpkin black. I have seen that, and it's stunning. So, I mean, if you want to do that for like more of a Halloween vibe instead of a fall vibe, why not? Oh, I love the way this water is blending my colors. Way cool. I don't want to stop. Hold on a second. I'll stop a little so I can show you. Let me get up here. Make sure you do the edges because your flowers are going to cover a lot, but they're not going to cover it all. Okay, so let me show you so far. Here it is, kind of not blended, and there it is blended. I love that. And I'll probably go in and put in more highlights and stuff when it's dry. I think that will be cool. Oh, I got a cat coming out. You gonna come out and join me, Joe? Jojo. Usually this time of day she is sound asleep, aren't you? You my cat? Yeah, I figured you were. Okay, so let's cover up the last of my spots on the pumpkin. Just kind of scrub it in there. And that's probably what I'll say, because I always then do a tutorial on the project that I've done and put it on my website. So I'll probably go, and then you scrub it. I'm just going to put a bunch of green in the bottom here just so it doesn't look all white like that. All right, a little bit more blending, and then I'm going to set it aside and do the top. Goodness, I love this. I love this a lot. All right, stop. Isn't that beautiful? Although it's going to be hard to set down because it's all wet. Let me see if I can set it just like that and not knock it over. Okay, so here is my little top piece. I don't know if I can get, I probably can get the stem out. Maybe, we'll see. Maybe not. It turns around, but I think it's got those little barbs on it. There it goes. Oh, and I broke it. Oh, well. I can glue it back on. See if I can get it out. Nope. Well, you know what? This is okay because it left a glue glob that I can re-glue glob and stick it back on. All right, so I want to paint this the same way I did the top. Put my dark in there. Okay, like that. And then just kind of go in and lightly smooth it around. All right. Of course, I didn't bring my glue out because I didn't think I was going to break the stem off. Oh, well. Okay, so pretty much done painting. Put those in the water. I love it. Ah. And did I get any on me? No, win-win. All right, so I'm going to get the paint out of the way because I am really good at getting that all over me. And then let me show you what I want to do to the stem. Can't believe I broke it off. And I have, hold on, I have my glue gun out here, but I don't know how well that will work on plastic. We'll see. I know like my E6000 would work good. I have a extension cord up here. So let me plug that in. Get over there. I'm gonna just kind of set it off to the side. Stay. and I'm going to paint my stem, but I am going to use, and I got this, I don't know where I got this. I don't think it was Amazon. I don't know. It's very gold, very shiny, very beautiful. But on plastic, you have to give it a couple of coats because it doesn't want to stick so well. But let me show you, on my whole centerpiece of my dining room table is in front of me because I just kind of push it off to the side to do my videos. But I painted all of my stems this gold. Isn't that pretty? It just kind of gives it a little oomph to it. So yeah, you can tell it's a plastic pumpkin, but it's like, ooh, love the stem. So let's go here, and I'm just going to dip out of the jar. Let me put it in front of me so you can actually see. And I'm just going to put a coat on there, kind of smooth it out a little bit, let it go into the little creases. It will separate a little bit from the plastic, but the second coat will adhere it a little better. So hopefully I can get this to dry before it's time to glue it on. We'll see. And I'm just going to do the one coat for the video, but I'll do the second coat afterwards and post pictures so you can see it. Okay, see how that separates a little bit? So it kind of doesn't want to stick to the plastic. So I'm going to turn my fan on. Let's see how much styrofoam I can blow all over the place. And set my stem right there. I love this gold paint. I have used it for so much stuff already. And it's just beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I just love how it looks. It is. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for saying that. I'm hoping it looks good on camera because it really looks pretty here. All my little styrofoam pieces are sticking to it because of the fan. Stop. I am going to, the whole house is going to look like it snowed. I got glue on the outside of the jar, and that will get all over everything if I don't clean that off. Okay. Put that over there with the rest of my paint. Last thing I want is gold on my shirt. All right, let's see. Are we pretty much dry? We're sort of dry, but dry enough for the video. See my styrofoam pieces sticking to it? Are you kidding me? Okay. Oh, good, they're blowing off. All right, now is the time to be a florist, which I am not. I leave that up to my cat. But I am going to just go with some of my pieces here. I love these bigger arrangements. So I'm just going to spread them out a little bit and start in the middle and work out. I don't know if that's the correct way, but look at this little stick thing. I love it. All right, so the whole thing's styrofoam, so all you got to do is just like press it down in. Ta-da, done. No. Okay, this has got a little flower that's kind of short, so I want that to the edge so you can see it a little better. And as I push it in, then I can move it around a little bit. I want to get all my groups of things in there first. There we go. The styrofoam couldn't be easier. This is great because it just, if you get a hollow pumpkin, then you've got to put a big old piece of that styrofoam, floral styrofoam in it. So you can use a hollow pumpkin, but the styrofoam is so much easier. All right, now I'll mess with this as I get more in, but I want my little furry things to, I don't know the technical terms, furry things. And then I have this one, which is another big clump, but I can put that back here because there's nothing back here. And I need it to look good 365 because 365. 360. 365 is how many days in a year? I need it to look good all the way around. Oh my goodness. Because I have seating all the way around my table, so I don't want one person to get the backside of my centerpiece here and go, this doesn't look so great. All right. Let's see what I got going here. I want to get these little fuzzy things kind of away from each other so they don't look like a big cluster of them. My big flower can go here. Oh my gosh. And then I've got just these little pieces that I can stick in just along the side. It only has the one little wire, so I have to like really push it in. It's not a clump of wire that's a little more stable. Not sure. Oh, here's a big old empty spot. Yeah. And a couple more. And it's only been a half hour, but I'd already painted the pumpkin white, so it's going to take you a little bit longer. But you really want to paint the pumpkin white first because all that orange will bleed through, and that's not pretty. There we go. Yep. It's kind of separated, which makes them a little flimsy, so I'm hoping that I can still get them to stick in there. And I have an empty spot right here. Yep, they stuck right in. Oh, good in. Except for this one. This one's not going to. See if I can double up the wire and make it a little stiffer. There it goes. All right. So, obviously it's going to need some zhuzhing. Got a zhuzh. Hey, Lori, how's it going? Thank you. I'm not a floral arranger by any means. I think my cat does a better job. She likes to take them out and cart them all over the house because she cat. She was just out here. Oh, there she is looking out the window. She has a buddy that comes to the window every morning. It's her squirrel friend. And he loves to come running out of the tree, and he runs full force into the window and bounces off the screen like a rebounder. He thinks that's the funnest. It's the funnest thing ever. But he does it every morning, and she comes flying out from wherever she is to hang out with her squirrel buddy for at least a while. He's there every morning. Don't know what he does in the afternoon. Probably hangs out with his other squirrel buddies. I don't know. But, oh, stuck my hand in paint because I'm good at that. Just going to put it there over the wet paint. Okay, so what do you think? Oh, I really like this. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And then the top part is going to come like right there. Hi, Lori. I got Lori and Lori. Now, how cool is that? I do love these colors. I guess what they're HGTV, or is it Home and Garden? No. Good Housekeeping has put out that these are called honey. These are honey fall colors, which I could see that. They look more a little like maple syrup also. So honey, syrupy, and the sage green. I love these colors. They just are calm. They seem like a lot calmer than the bright oranges and all that. And don't get me wrong. I think those fall colors are gorgeous on trees and stuff like that in nature. But in my home, these are what I love. All right, so I'm going to set that off to the side. Let's put it right here so you can see it. And hot glue gun. We're going to give this baby a try. I broke the stem off, but there is a bunch of glue that was left on there. So I'm going to see if I can glue it back on. And my gold paint is dry well, sort of dry. But here it is with my gold stem, and I am going to give the stem another coat. And let's put that there. I'm going to pick them up by the flowers here. And then I think I'm going to hot glue this along the side once I take some of that styrofoam off the back. My fan is blowing it. And there you go. Ta! I need more paper towel because I got paint all over me. I love how this turned out. This is going to look really cute on my kitchen table. I also bought my kitchen table's round. So I bought a round tablecloth that's just the natural colored canvas. So I think I might try to paint some leaves or something on that. Like maybe in the center that kind of come out. I don't know. It might take away from the centerpiece. But I'm thinking of doing something with that tablecloth. I just don't know what. I bought it on Amazon, and I haven't really tested out how it handles with paint. But I'm going to give it a try. Don't know if I'm going to do it on a live video if I'm that brave. But we'll see how it goes. But I think the kitchen table is like the last thing I have to decorate for fall that isn't already exploded with fall decor. But all the stuff behind me I have either made or I have printed off, except for the glassware. But that is a printable. That was free. I just printed it off with my color printer. And then these two little framed pieces I made on a live. You can see those. And the little ghost, I didn't make on a live, but he is on my website if you want to see how I did that. I want to make so many more of those because they're so dang cute. So if you like these projects and you like what I do, or you just kind of want to hang out with me, but I love hanging out with girlfriends, hit the little follow at the top. If you're already following me, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is going to be my full-time business in a few months. And so I'm hoping that I get as many girlfriends as I can, because I just love hanging out with everybody and doing crafts and showing home improvement ideas. And I'm just really having a good time with this. So I'm also on Instagram and YouTube. I'm on Pinterest. And what's the other thing I'm on, Joe? I have a website. That's right. Thank you. I have a website, Inspire Me to DIY. Inspire Me, the number 2, DIY.com. And I also have a t-shirt shop. Move these a little over to the side. Fall is my favorite color. I sell t-shirts and earrings and long sleeve t-shirts and a couple of sweatshirts. And I just got a bunch of things on there. And that is InspireMeFabulous.com. Because who doesn't want to be fabulous? I know I do. So I will see you hopefully before next Saturday. I've got another project that one of my girlfriends sent me, and I absolutely love it. I bought all the stuff, so I'm hoping to do that with you soon. So I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.